Hi everyone. I'm a couple minutes early, but that's because, I have all those lovely little technical things to do. So I'm here and I'm going to finish those things up. Oh dear. Where is that? There we go. Just so everyone knows, I cannot see chat right this second. Okay, why does that say scheduled and not on? Well, I guess it's on. Anyways, hi everybody. I don't know who's here, but hello, welcome. Apparently it's all right. No, that's not right. That's where I'm messed up. There we go. Okay. That's right. Okay, good. Hi, Julie. Um, Before I start on my little journal page, I'm gonna do a couple things for the plan for this, for my, to work on my postcard books. I need front covers and back covers for a couple of them, and so I want to get those made, and that way I have the covers done. At least I figured out what I was gonna do the other day, but it doesn't mean it's done. I have to. I have to get them kind of glued together. And I'm cheating. I'm using some, what are these called? Project Life cards. Somewhere I got at thrift store or something. So I'm going to use those. And some Mod Podge. I did remember to go get my brush and water and stuff so that I have it ready. Okay. Nothing wrong with that? Okay. Well, that's good. I'm hoping so. Biggest thing is I have 3 books from 3 past trips that have not gotten finished. I really want to get them finished. This is 3-dimensional, so you know what? I just realized I'm really far away, aren't I? Let me. Sorry, I can't see chat at the moment. I just opened up the camera software, and of course, I had forgotten to do that already. So it'll come up here in a minute. Anyways, this is, oh, there we go. Huh. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. That's better. Yes, that's better. This is 3-dimensional, so I can't get it too close to this edge because it will get caught in the binding. So, but it needs to go get glued on there, and then I'll put Mod Podge over the top. So yeah, seems like I keep getting busier and busier. Alaska Lisa was here this last week. I think she said she's got a class today. I can't remember. She didn't get home until late last night, I'll tell you that. She went out of here about, I think, maybe 6:30 our time. So not early by any means. Not late by any means. I guess she didn't get in there early. Okay, let's do that and put something on top of it for a minute. Here we go. And we need a napkin. There she is. I have to tell you, Lisa, that I didn't even hear your text come in last night. I put my book down about 10 o'clock, and I didn't wake up till 6 o'clock this morning. I was gone to the world. Yes, we did. She's awake. I'm awake. And Texas Lisa is not feeling well, so she will not be here today, unfortunately. Makes me sad, but that's just the way it is sometimes. It wouldn't have been a big deal. It's just it's no different than the bank texting me at 6:30 in the morning. You know, that's just what I need every couple of days. So, I got too much on there, so I am going to set that right there and try to use some of this over here. I should have probably Mod Podged that before I glued that thing on. Oh well, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to fight with it. I'm not going to worry about it. I do know that I usually put like 2 layers of Mod Podge on the covers. So I'll have to come back to this later and do it again. And I do have something on the floor over here beside me so that I can set this down. Okay, I don't know why that's just, I'll have to go back to that in a few minutes. I will tell him, Lisa. He's outside doing his friend's breaks this morning or this afternoon. Jeff's friend Darlene from way back when, you know, childhood friend, brought her car over here yesterday morning. And he went yesterday afternoon after he did some stuff to his own and got all of her parts. That's probably going to be next weekend's project. He's not sure he's going to get my pickup done this weekend, but that's okay. Jeff is building my step today. And you know how hot it was, Lisa? Okay, guys, it has been hot here. Hot. Like, turned on the air conditioner, hot. It's freezing today. Absolutely freezing. it's going to be cold enough that since we started the camper water, we're going to have to go put the heat on tomorrow night because it's actually going below freezing. Okay, so that might not have gone the way I really wanted it to. We'll see how it dries down. I'm not going to fight with it, but it's got a little extra Mod Podge in there that I'm not sure I like, but can't get it out. It's all right. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Hi, Barbara. Oh, not for another, I don't know, close to a month, right? Well, I guess it's coming sooner than that, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's coming sooner than that. I can't. I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, then yeah, it is sooner than a month. A week or so. Oh wow. Um, I need to do that, but I just haven't. I did look for some yarn while Lisa was here to see if she had some. I had some that she could use for something that we saw. I took her to the yarn store. We did do that. And I took her to Ollie's because that's where she wanted to go. And the bookstore. And we had dinner with my mom one night. Okay. All right. There's the front cover and back cover of one. Of course, they'll have to dry. Yes, she's been and gone. And she spent money. Yes, she did. Mm-hmm. She got here Monday night and left yesterday morning. And because I didn't go back to sleep yesterday, um, I it ended up, Lisa, that Jeff's friend wanted to drop her car off at 7:30 yesterday morning, but we needed to take one car back over to that direction, so to leave it Jeff Dad's house. So we did this thing where we took I took him, he took her back to her mother's house where she had her pickup truck, and I took and I went to Dad's house, and then we got home from there. So I never went back to sleep yesterday. Okay. I want to use this, and I had thought maybe I could like fussy cut that out. Yeah, Lisa's husband was in the hospital while she was gone. She thought she was going to have to get up and go home. They gave him some medicine that his body did not like. Texas Lisa, like I said, she's afraid she's got the flu, so we will all hope that it goes away very soon. Okay. Okay, this one is going to be weird because this one is off a little different. Okay, there. Oops. That's a little crooked. Not quite right. Oh dear. I got that off a little bit, but that's okay. It's all right. Hmm. Huh, I kind of like that because it makes it stand out more. Okay, there we go. But yeah, yesterday we're all out sweating and air conditioners running, and by last night we are trying not to freeze to death. So okay, let's do this one first so that we can move it off the table. So mostly she visited mom. She helped me out by cleaning some stuff up at mom's too, which is was one less thing I had to do, especially since how I was trying to work through my taxes. Okay, I don't know why I have a red mark on there, but that's all right because this will be. Do I like this one better? Oh, I like that one better, I think, than this one. Yes, I do. Okay. Not yet, Lisa, because I'm going to use it for my I am going to use it for my little journal page today. So, yeah, Lisa's yarn shop visit. She brought home. They had wrapped her yarn in this really pretty tissue paper. I really just got here too, Lisa. So, um, and she put it in here on my desk so that I could use it today. And it is my intention to do so. Come here. Okay. I also have to tell you that my son came home and piled papers on my dining room table, Lisa. I had got my dining room table all cleaned off so that we could use it while she was here. Yep. My son comes in, he goes, "When did you get a fifth chair in the dining room?" I'm like, "That chair's been sitting right there all along. It just had so much stuff piled on the table that you couldn't see the chair, I guess." So yes, he complains constantly about the stuff on the table, but he came home. he went yesterday to buy the parts for our friend's car, to the tune of almost $1,000. Um, she brought it over with a list, and he went through it, figured out what it was going to cost her to get it all fixed, and he kind of thought she would just do part of it, the stuff that really needed to be done, and she basically told him to do it all. So, I mean, he'll be replacing engine mounts and all kinds of stuff in this car for her. Anyhow, so he went yesterday afternoon after he had gotten most everything of his done and looked at her car so that he could get the parts ordered, because some of them parts won't come until like Tuesday. Can you see your question? Uh-oh, Julie, I'm sorry. Just a minute. No, I missed it. Just a second. Okay, Julie, I'm not seeing your question. I am sorry. Huh. Okay. Can you repeat it for me, Julie? I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention, and chat scrolled up quite far. You can't see the long comment. No, hon, I don't. Huh. Uh-uh. I'm not seeing a long comment from Julie. Can anybody else see it? Oh, yeah. That can do things. Live chat is not top chat. Yep. I don't know if that's what's causing the problem, but thank you, Barbara. Oh, it figures I seem to be getting an awful lot too much stuff lately. Okay. Is there such a thing anymore as tape that sticks properly on one side and repositionable on the other side for things like cling stamps? I don't know of a tape that does that. That does not mean it's not out there. I just don't know of it. But if you'll give me a minute, I will show you what I use when I want to use a stamp and get it sticky, but reposition it. Just a minute. Let me finish this. Okay, Julie, and I'll get it out. There are multiple kinds of repositionable glue. One of which I could not find. I thought I had a tube of it, and I guess I'm going to have to go to the store and see if I can buy a tube of it, because I really do kind of like it. However, some of the repositionable glues don't. They don't stay sticky for very long. Yeah, and that's, I have it, and I'm afraid you, for some reason. Oh, um, for one, if you use, and that's what I'm going to show you, is the Aleene's tack it over and over again. The problem is you got to use just a little tiny bit of it. You got to be really skimpy with that glue. Let me clean up my mess here. And maybe have to clean up my fingers too, because they're sticky. This can go over there, out of the way. Stupid typos. One of the things I will tell you about cling stamps and the acrylic blocks is, if they get dirty, part of it is just washing them. If you wash them, and they will go back to clinging again. Okay, now then, just a minute. Let me find my other glue. Well, oh, I see why. Put it over here. Okay, this one, this is Tombow Mono liquid glue, the aqua. This is the blue tipped one. This is permanent. Basically, you put it down, it's permanent. Now, I used to use it all the time before I started using my art glitter glue. This is not repositionable. If you look for this brand with a green cap, it's, once it dries, it's repositionable. It's very, it doesn't last a long time, but it is repositionable. There is a little blue, it's called two-way glue, and it's a little blue pen, and I can't find mine. I thought I had some. I can't find it anywhere, so I don't know what I've done. Maybe I used it, maybe it dried out. I don't remember. It's one way, if you put the two pieces of paper together immediately while it's still wet, it will be permanent. If you let it dry on one side, then it's repositionable. Let me think. Tombow also makes a repositionable tape that goes in a tape runner. It's not permanent on one side. It's definitely one of those things that's only, it's repositionable on both sides. On my rubber stamps, just a minute, I'm looking for it now because it's over here in this fancy drawer thing I got. Okay, where'd it go? Well, that's interesting. I've lost it. Okay. There it is. Nope, that's not it either. There it is. They're like plastic. Ah. Huh. Well, I guess with my cling stamps, I didn't try to put those stickers on things. What I will tell you about this is, like Barbara says, if you get too much of it on there, it's very sticky. When I put it on my stamps, I put I put a dot down and then I rub it around with my finger so that it's really thin before it dries. I heard Stampin' Up! Used to sell it for those ones. Huh. Anyways, don't use very much of this. If you use this, don't use very much of it because it is very, very sticky. Um, let me get my what I've been doing with my clear stamps and some of my other stamps, and I'll be right back. Cling stamp stickers. Huh. I am not sure how that would work. Okay, this is one I did. I understand what you're saying because some of the stamps have actual they have stickies on them. Let me see. This is a older set. Let's see how this is on here. No. Yeah, see, these stamps I didn't put a sticker on these stamps. The marking is on. Let's take one out. Okay, this is a sheet of oh, it's gone. Acrylic. It's like the ones that are red rubber. You want the image of the stamp on, it makes it easier to see what they are. I agree. I will tell you though, once you, now I don't know. That I understand. And I really can't explain how to do that. I stamped on this acrylic sheet, and then the clear part does not have stuff on it. So yeah, I would say glue it on. Let me get out. I've got a different stamp set. I'll show you one of those because let's put this back and put it back in its sheet, so in its sleeve, so that it's behaving the way it's supposed to, because you know, take it out, put it back where it belongs. Let me see here. I had one that's kind of like that. This one. Okay, and this one is this one is like that, Julie. The stamps actually have a sticker on them. You can't see that. That says something, but So, yeah, I see what you're saying. You want to put the sticker on there. I would say, yeah, I'd say glue it down with something permanent. Now, these are Tim Holtz, and they're rubber. They don't stick real well sometimes. That's the problem. This stuff becomes less sticky. You just have to kind of wash it, I guess. And the image is on there. The Tim Holtz stamps also have this gray stuff. Yeah, the problem with paper is, I will tell you what, it'll ruin a cling stamp, because the cling stamp will stick to the paper. It's okay if it's rubber, because rubber won't stick to it, but I've had some stamps that were still in the package, and they were on a cardboard like paper, and they were stuck to it. It took a lot to wash the cardboard stuff off. These are like that too. I just haven't taken them out of the gray stuff. And they're not clingy on the other side. Yeah, Yupo might be good for that, but Yupo paper is so expensive. Yeah, I'm like Barbara. I would try small dots of tack it over and over, but very small dots, and just a tiny little bit, because once it's dry, it is very, very, very sticky. It's, yeah, big time sticky. Okay, bye, Lisa. Okay, I have to show you. I got this in the mail this week. Actually, Jeff and I got it. This is from a bead friend, but I think she must have spent hours and hours doing this. This is a handmade envelope she had to have made to make it fit this, her card she sent to me, with fun stamps on it. And she sent this card. Isn't that pretty? Oops. There we go. It's all glittery. I'm guessing lots of gel pens and lots of glitter gel pen. Anyways, I wanted to show it to you because it was cute. Yeah, glue dots might work. Okay, so now then, I promised Lisa that I would use a piece of this for today's little journal page. Okay, but we're too close. We're still too close. Huh, that's weird. There we go. That should do it. Okay. Like I said, I took her to the knitting store downtown, and this was wrapped around. She got 2 pieces for 4 skeins. They put 2 skeins in each piece of paper. And of course, she's trying to get it back in her suitcase, so she sort of thought that she didn't need the paper. just to get it home. So she left this with me, and I already had an idea of what I want to do. So we'll see if it's going to work. But I think I'm just going to use that for a background, but I'm going to use one of my flowers for a focal point on it. So I'm going to just kind of leave that there. And then I went and got my stuff. Come on, don't. I don't know if I have anything already done, so I might have to draw a new flower, which is not a problem. Although I was thinking too about maybe not doing a flower and not doing it on painty paper, but doing it on something else. So I may look in my scrap drawer, because I was wondering if I had, like some other piece of paper that might be fun on it. Not sure what I've got in here, so I'm just kind of digging. Or maybe might use that. That might be fun. Uh-oh. Okay, so we'll leave those out. And then we're going to look to see if I've got any. I know I have some done in here that I haven't, I have not cut out yet. Not even finished yet. See, like these. I haven't finished these. So I might finish one of those up today. That's a good color page. This one down here might work. I don't know. These are too close in color to the. I don't think those will work because I think they're too close in color. I think they're going to blend in too much. One of these, something on this page might work too. Kind of like that page. But it might be more fun to, hi Joyce, to start with one that's not done yet and finish it. Which is what I was thinking of. And I'm thinking I like that one, so I might finish up this one and then use it. Okay, what do we got going here? Okay. It's just extra stuffs. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna finish this one up and then go from there. So that means we're gonna doodle that first. Thanks, Barbara. Oh, the other thing was that after last Sunday, and Sharon Lombard was here, and she told us about these. They're called Panda Fly, and they're white gel pens. And she said that Dee Dee and Janet both used them. Okay, Julie. And so because I've been having trouble with my white pens because they keep drying out. Okay, one of these is around 368, 380 something for one pen. I keep drying out. I got all three of these for a little bit over $4. Also, these are different size tips. So I bought the one with the different size tips just so I could play with them a little bit, see how they work, see what I thought. You can buy them in a bigger package with a single size on them if you wanted them. I just didn't know what I would like. So, oh, Sharon's here. Yay. I got some pens. So we're going to play with those a little bit today too, because, I'll need to doodle with white. So, let me see. This one is, yeah, 0.8, 0.5, and 1. So we'll get to see how those work today because I was like, yes, okay. But first I want to get some color on this thing. And I'm just going to use acrylic paint with markers. And I'm thinking that I like, okay, come on, come out of there. There we go. It would help if I had a clean desk, which I do not. This paper has a fair amount of peachy kind of color in it, so I'm going to, good sizes. Can't wait to see what happens next. Yeah. I'm going to try this peach, but I'm going to just test it up there because I don't know if it's, if I'm going to like it. It's kind of orange. It's more orange than I wanted. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, we'll go with this pink because sometimes the colors just don't lay down enough thickness, I think. They just don't look like what I want them to look like. So we have to go over it twice. That's okay. Hi, Sherry. Guys, if there's anybody I miss coming in, hi. I'm sorry. I'm not paying very close attention to chat today. I'd tell you it was because my brain was frozen, but that's not it. It's just my brain is just tired. Okay, maybe some purple. Huh. These are not that old, but that one looks like it's done. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, now we're just going to put some black dots on it so that then we'll put some more white dots on it. All right, now then. I was surprised, Sharon, how much less expensive these were than the ooh, that's nice. Okay, can I wonder if I can get in closer? Yeah. Okay. That's the 05. Huh. They have a little thing in the cap that the point goes in. I wonder if that will help to keep them from drying out. This is the one. Ooh, yeah. What's this one? This is the 0.08. Ooh, Sharon, thank you. These are going to be nice, especially if they don't dry out too bad. Okay, why is that one not going back in? There we go. Yeah, I like how nice and dense the white is. It's definitely a nice white. This is the tiniest one. This is the 05. Sharon, do you find that they dry out real fast, or do they stay pretty moist? By the way, guys, if you can hear the dryer, sorry. Let's go for the fattest one because I don't usually use fat one, but oh yeah. This probably didn't need quite this much white. By the way, just FYI, I did put a link to what I bought in the description box, just so you could find the set of 3. Sharon said that that's what she had, and so I went looking for it. Apparently, they also come in silver and gold. They stay moist. Wow. And they're cheaper. They're considerably cheaper than the other ones. Okay, that's a little fine. I want something a little thicker. That's the wrong thing. I think that's too fat. Oh. That's too fat. I may have to use that anyways. There we go. Yeah, Barbara, yeah. Thank you, Sharon, because I was going to have some new ones anyways, but like I said, those were cheaper, and they're nice. They're going over the paint real well, and now I tell you that probably the one, maybe the 08 will get used more than the 0.5. These are called broad, and they're probably close to the 0.8 or the 1, not so much the 05. But if they stay moist and don't dry out like these other ones do, that makes them a lot less expensive too. Well, it looks like my new Jeep step might be done. I think I told y'all that we blew a tire on our spring trip last year. Brand new $400 off-road tire. Apparently we ran over the metal step that Jeff had in Julie's back. These are the pens Dee Dee recommends, and Janet also. Yes. Janet does a lot of dotting on neurological art drawings. Yeah. And I've been seeing a lot of what do I want to call it? Abstract watercolor that has little lines and dots on it. I don't know. This flower may be too big for my page now once I get it done, but we'll see. Yeah, because when you get into the white paint pens, like the Posca pens, they thin out enough that they don't make the best white dots. Unless they're going over the top of black. Okay, I think that one's done. From the same company, Barbara? Okay, we are going to find my scissors. Normally I would do the whole page and then I would tear the page out and cut it out. But today I'm just going to cut this one out because I want to use it. The one with 6 is only 6 something. Yeah, I thought the price was really good. On the other ones that I buy, I usually have to wait until, Michael's has a coupon or something because otherwise they're really kind of expensive and they dry out so fast. So if these don't dry out and they cover as well as they cover, dang, that's a really good deal. And I started to tell you, the step came out of the mount, and apparently we ran over it with our rear tire, and it sliced that rear tire wide open and ruined it while we were on our trip in the spring. And so Jeff hasn't had time to replace it, so he's in the process of replacing it, which means refabricating, building, getting welding it together, trying to get the right height, all those things to make sure that I can step into the Jeep without so much trouble. Okay, my intention was to put this down as a background, and then, yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. This may be gonna be too big. Well, we'll figure that out in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down as a background. Okay, but I was trying to see if it had a right side and the wrong, up and a down. Sort of not. So I'm just going to cut out a piece so that it's not so hard to work with. I know it's too big, which is not a big deal. But at least it won't be trying to work with the whole thing. And it's a big piece of tissue too, so there's a bunch of things I could do with it. Also, before she left, she gave me the brown paper bag it came in. So, I got this, which, might need to have this and be turned into a little journal all on its own. But we'll have to wait and see, because I don't want to start any more new projects until I finish all the old projects, because that's just getting kind of, I'm just getting kind of bad with how many projects I've got. I need to cut that straighter. So that when I put it on the page, that it's not quite so crooked. Yeah, it is going to be a perfect size for a little journal, I think. Okay, so I am just gonna cover this whole thing with this piece of paper. Like I said, we may or may not use this because now I'm not liking that at all. So did it, not a big deal, but that's not. I need wax paper. Stick in here. And I need a couple of clips to hold this down. These big enough. Don't know. Yeah. 94% humidity. That's how ours has been lately, the last couple of days. Now it's back to being cold, so. Okay, we are just going to get this completely covered with glue. Okay. Yeah. No. Just go back in there. I had a card. There we go. We haven't even gotten into spring yet, really. Okay, there's that. Now let's peel it so we can cut it loose. Jeffrey got the camper all washed and waxed this week, though, because it was warm. And, oh, that's really pretty as a background. But like I said, that doesn't go anymore. I don't like it. Nope. Like a tiny little bit of that. Let's try. Let's see if we can make. Suppose that looks like a dandelion, I guess. You thought fireworks? Hi, Teresa. We'll see if we like that on there. I don't know. You know, it's one of those things where you have to try things, and if you don't like them, you just do something different. Let's just roughly cut this out. Move that over there. Oh, well, that's all right. No need to be sorry for that. I hope all is well. For those of you who came in later, Texas Lisa's not feeling well, so that's why she's not here. She was afraid she might have a case of the flu. So I'm sure she could use your prayers, y'all. Okay, let's see how that looks. It might not look any better than the last thing. But I kind of like it. Yeah, okay, so needs to be this long. And we need to cut. Now, I'm sorry, guys. Make it look like it's a dandelion. Yeah, sort of it does look like a dandelion. Sort of doesn't. I'm not sure. I don't know that I like that. Oh, put little white dots on the end of the tips. We can try it. Okay. I don't know that they'll show up. You might. Not a big deal. We'll see. Oh, yeah, you know how I like dots. Uh-huh. Sharon likes it. Okay. Well, I think we'll go for it then. See? Little white dots on the tips. And then we'll find it some words. That's what we're going to do. Um, this is some kind of weird packing paper that's cut in little, supposed to, I think, be like a waffle paper. Don't ask me. I don't really know. It was in my drawer. Okay, but now when we put this on, I want it to tilt so a little bit of the pink shows through. Now we have learned how to make a dandelion. Okay. Although I didn't make very good dandelion leaves. Dandelion leaves are usually bigger at the bottom. Big, like, you know, what do I want to say? Kind of like leaf lettuce leaves, bigger. That's okay. It does not have to be a realistic dandelion, right? Okay. Yeah, you stretch it and wrap with it. Yep. It probably came in parts or something. I don't remember what. Okay, so there it is so far, but now it needs some words. Mm-hmm. There was a piece of book page over here. Hmm. Let's find the book and see if there's some other page. Yeah, I want a different page. Hmm. Okay. Trying to find my knife. Little dots flying across it. Make a wish and blow. Yes. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, that didn't work. That's interesting. Okay. There we go. Okay. Took our monkey wrench away. Have fun, Julie. I I missed something, but I'm I'm not even sure what the monkey wrench is, so I guess I haven't been paying attention. This says this place is perfect. I like that. But I think it needs now we have a now we have a shield. Oh, I see. Okay. Your admin kind of things. Moderators. I think it needs something behind it. So we need a piece of some kind of colorful something behind that. Maybe this piece of green. Okay. Hmm. I think we should glue it down and then I will cut it out. I think that will make it easier. Apparently to make it more visible and universal, right? Oh, I see. I still have half a bottle left, hon.
Okay, I'm going to see Dad.
Okay.
Do you need anything at Marketplace?
No,
Text me if you do.
not that I know of.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
the black beans and rice are okay for dinner. Sorry, guys, just spin it.
I'm going
Okay.
to see him for a few minutes.
Okay, you okay?
My back is hurting.
Just tired from being on the ground trying to do that. Okay, be careful. Sorry, guys. He was telling me he's going to go see his dad, so. Okay. Cards and bookmarks. I haven't made a card in a long time other than postcards. I have made postcards, but okay, I think that needs to have little scalloped corners. Don't you think that's the case? Let's see if we can do that. Oh, yeah. Okay. My ink pen. I've lost my ink pen. There it is. It's 49 here, and for the next several days, it's supposed to get into the 20s. Yeah, Teresa. Like I was telling them earlier, we had to have the air conditioner yesterday, and then we have to have the heat on. It's like it goes from it's going from one extreme to the other. I mean, it was 80 yesterday, and that's just too warm. Okay, I need the black one. There we go. Okay, and now I think we need a butterfly. Let's put the words on, and then we'll find a butterfly. A mermaid tail die. Ooh. No, I was in the yarn store and did not buy any yarn, but then I don't need any yarn. I don't use enough yarn to really make it worth it. Okay, we need at least one butterfly, and I think that would be a good color if it will punch. So ta-da! I think that's going to be it. No, some days pages are easy, some days they are not. Okay, let's put some of this away. Then I'll glue the butterfly down and figure out what I'm doing next. Gluing the butterfly down. No packing and unpacking needed, yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay, I like it. And I'm going to sneeze, so excuse me just a minute. Where's my... Sorry, guys. That sneeze has got me. Okay. I am liking these. These are nice. Okay. We need to put the date on it, don't we? February 22nd. Thanks, Sharon. February 22, 2026. Okay. I like how it came out too. This was just too busy to go on there. I mean, I'm liking this wiggly thing for some reason. What book is this? This is just my little, this one. Yeah, that slatted packing paper is really cool. Um, you mean what number is it? I don't know, 4, 5, something like that. Yeah, I appreciate the. Yeah, I'm liking those. I mean, I really like my Posca pens, but the white doesn't always look white. You have to put black underneath it or a real dark color underneath it. I'm liking that. I wonder. Both of these need some white dots. Shall we make some more white dots? Yes. Let's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking that we'll doodle on this one a little bit. Look how well that stands out. I think I need to come closer, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Why do I ruin my storage with stupid type? Oh, um, I don't know. Typos are just a fact of life, I think. This is the O1, the 1O, by the way, the largest one in the box, which I would say this is kind of close to what I've been using. Might not be but it's a little more juicy too. Um, I don't have to do much more than touch it to the paper. Okay, someone smacked Julie. Okay, I don't know why. While Lisa was here, I cooked most every night. One night we got chicken and I went to mom's. Um, and I was cooking. I was getting ready to cook Friday night, and she goes, we could eat leftovers. And I said, no, we can't eat leftovers because I need the leftovers for this weekend because I don't want to cook this weekend. So I had cooked Friday night, and the guys have pretty much toasted my leftovers. So there's enough left of one thing for tonight. And so I'll have to cook tomorrow night. Okay. I'm afraid that um, these have a really tight cap too. That's another thing. That may be why they stay juicy. Um, I'm afraid that one's too big to go along the outside. Yeah, I was using dots. Yep. Yeah, you didn't expect me to use dots. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Just going to make sure I keep my fingers out of it. I think I want to go out here in the black. And then when I cut it out, it will have a black border instead of. Anybody doing the 100-day challenge? We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Each time I get an email, I want to go, maybe I should do that again. And then I think, no, you don't have time for that. Yeah, I like that. Thanks, Sherry. Okay. Yeah, these have a these are a little hard to put the cap back on. There we go. You want to push it. You definitely want to push it down. Scissors. Um, yeah, doing it for 100 days, it wasn't the easiest thing in the world. Now, I chose something simple. I cannot remember what I've done in the past, but I think both of them were very simple collage challenges. Um, but it feels like a long time. I mean, it's 3+ months. It started today, is why I was asking about it. Okay. I really like how that came out. All right. Yeah, I like that one. You guys can't see the color so much that's in it. It's got purple and turquoise and pink, sort of a pink in it. So, okay, I'm going to, I need to work on my postcard books for at least a little while today because I really need to get them accomplished. So, uh-oh, I got papers on the floor. Apparently opened my drawer and dumped things on the floor. Okay, they're not dry, so I can't do anything with those. But I can work on this one. Okay. I thought maybe I'd start binding this one. Thanks, Sharon. I've done that challenge a couple of times. I can't tell you what I did because it's been a while. Okay, one of the things I need to do is to count this because I need to know how many pages I have so that I can cut my threads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. This is going to be some long thread. 40. Kind of stuck together. 47, 48. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Yep. 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. This is what happens when you're gone for a long time. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, and it covers 93. Okay, there's 93. Do I have a piece of paper I can write this down on? No, of course not. Just write it over here. What is this? That's 93. Okay. Okay, because my inch holes are ½ inch in, that means I need an inch for each page. So that means I need 93 inches twice plus some extra. So 93 divided by 12. I guess I'm going to have to have a calculator today because I can't think. Here's my phone. Calculator. Yes, calculator. 93 divided by 12 is 7.75 feet. So 8 times 12 equals 96. 8 feet's not enough, so we're going to need probably close to 10 feet doubled, or at least 9 feet doubled. Lots of threads, yes. 93 including the cover. Yeah, that's only 3 months. That's only being gone 3 months. That's not the biggest book I've ever made. So if we go 4 feet, I'm measuring based on the size of the table, and 4 feet, that's 8 feet, and then half is roughly 10 feet. So then fold it in half. And get it down. I'll get another one. And then I need 3 of these, so, you know. Okay, I think what we best do is attach one at a time to the back cover, because if I don't, I have a funny feeling I'm going to get them all tangled up. Thought you had 4 or 5 holes. No, usually on my postcard books, I only do 3 holes. Mostly because anymore, and they're really too close together. I mean, it's only a 4-inch space, Barbara, so probably not try to do this on my stream. Needs too much thinking. Oh dear. You know, once I get it started, it requires no thinking. It's really the same thing over and over and over again. So besides, if I get it started, I might work on it tonight some. We'll see. Needs much sewing. Yes, it does need much sewing. And you notice I measure based on my table. So it's like, okay, so if the table is not a full 48 in, no, yeah, 48 inches, then I might be short. But I hate trying to put the tying threads together in the middle of this. I'd rather have it too long and do a little fighting with it than to tie them together. And you know, on most things I wouldn't say that. Most things I'd say only use a piece of thread that is manageable. And with this, I seem to do the opposite. It seems to be quite kind of a pain in the keister to have this much thread. Okay, this one needs to go. On anything much bigger, I'd have some more holes, Barbara, but on the postcards, I usually only do 3. Facebook keeps putting in the responses to your comment, even though we've already seen it. That's weird. I'm going to give it away color by color to the Quilt Guild for their black block of the month. Wow, that's a good idea. I've been through my fabric stash and my mom's fabric stash a couple of times, but that doesn't mean that I've gotten rid of much of it lately. I need to do it again. You know, I go through and I purge, and then I purge some more, and then I purge some more, but it doesn't help that I had a quilt store to start with, and then for mom ended up with a lot of fabric, and I ended up with her stuff. I am going to start getting rid of her stuff, though, because she will never sew again. So, and it's taking over my house, and that's got to stop. It's stored in plastic boxes, and all of them are musty because they've been stored in unheated rooms. So all the boxes need to be washed, dried, refolded, some of it pressed. You didn't know I had a quilt store, Tanya? Oh my gosh, I would never survive that. No. I mean, I have bought that much fabric. Barbara, I used to sell Bernina sewing machines. So I used to manage dealerships for Bernina. And I've taught Bernina, they have a club meetings every month, that kind of thing. I've taught for Bernina. I did that for years, and you kind of acquire. It didn't hurt that I had started. I learned to sew when I was 4. So, I mean, Brandon learned to sew when he was 3. So, but not. I didn't actually own a store. I have purchased enough fabric that I have a store. Yes, I mean that I store that much material, a quilt store. Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, no, I mean I actually have enough that I could probably open a store, or I did have. And it's all over the house now. I mean, it's in the office, it's in our bedroom, it's in Brandon's bedroom, it's underneath this table. Until I started making beads, I sewed every day. Okay, come here. Yep. Okay. All righty. 15 more boxes. Yep. That sounds about normal. Yep, yep, yep. Now, if I do this right, you guys will get to see the postcards as I do them. Okay, but we need to split this. Okay. Did I do that right or did I do that wrong? Huh. I did something and it's not laying there right. It's just not laying down right. There we go. Okay, that's just not. What did I do wrong? You're curating this project because some of it you want to keep for your hand sewing stash, and Linda will get rights to the first refusal. And some I just don't want to be able. Yes, I know some you just won't be able to part with. That been there, done that. Okay, I know what I did wrong. I remember now what I've done wrong. Okay. Okay. Yes, I tried to split it, and what I have to do is put it in the middle. Duh. Yes. That's what's wrong. Jeez. How many times have I done this binding? I've probably done this binding, 50 times, and I just tried to make the first stitch wrong. Yes, there we go. Okay. And at this stage of the game, with this much thread, uh, adding thread at the end would be probably a wiser choice than to have this much thread out here at once, but that's okay. We'll work on it. Remember, snug, not so tight that you tear it. My problem is, Barbara, when it comes to the quilting cottons, it's really hard for me to give up those because um, they just seem like, oh, maybe I'll do this or maybe I'll do that with it. And yeah. And it doesn't help that I keep adding to my stash when I shouldn't. Um, but when we go to Amish country, like up at Elkhart, where we take the motorhome for repairs, it's like, let's go to the quilt store at the Amish store. Oh, this is cool fabric. I need this. Yeah, yeah. And I don't need any fabric. I have enough fabric. I could probably but there is this saying where you can't die until you've used all of it. So between fabric and craft supplies, I ought to be good. This computer is making a lot of noise. I certainly hope it's not going to have a downfall after it not coming on a couple weeks ago. A few years ago, you okay. Bought a bunch of fabric with my art journaling and slow stitching in mind, and you're going to keep generous supplies of that. Yeah. Yeah, and it's really hard for me to walk past that. There's a line of art journaling fabric. It's called art journaling. And then there's, of course, the Tim Holtz fabric. And there was some other line of fabric that I got a piece of when we were, of course, I've also just in the last year bought a bunch of national park fabric. And I need to work on my national park book because the first one, I actually had to take apart some of it because it was too full and too gator mouthed, and there was still two whole signatures in it that hadn't been touched. And I need to make another cover for the extra signatures. So I need to get that done. But when I went through Mom's fabric the first time after we moved her to assisted living, the first time I put I put so much fabric in just in black plastic bags because she had a friend from about an hour away that their sewing group sews like ground cloths for homeless, sleep roll bed rolls kind of thing, and they use a lot of double knits and stuff because it dries out fast, and it it's sturdy. And Mom had, I thought she had gotten rid of that stuff, and there were bags and bags and bags of that, plus flannels because this same group sews pajamas for foster care kids and stuff like that. Um, and I mean, I just put it in black garbage bags. That's how, I mean, they were huge black garbage bags. When she came to get that stuff, she brought a friend with her, and she had a small minivan, not a big one, a small one. And we stuffed that minivan so full. If I'd have had one more plastic bag, her friend would have had to ride home with it on her lap. There was no way she could use the rear view mirror because that's how much fabric was in that car. And I've called I've called Marsha another time or two that um she came a second couple of times. I didn't have as much the second or third time, but I used to make rugs out of that kind of fabric, but I was like, one, I don't need that many rugs, and two, I don't have the time to make rugs anymore. These postcards towards the end of the book aren't all that exciting. These are from, drive days, that kind of thing. We were trying to get when you're trying to get home towards the end of your trip, you're not doing as much fun stuff. I'm only going to keep the tens, not the nines and below. I have a feeling I have too many tens, though. Yeah. It's kind of like the same with our craft supplies, isn't it, Barbara? Even little paper scraps I can't seem to throw away. It's like, just get rid of them. Just pitch them out. Nope, can't do it. Ta-da! Yep. A lot of fabric sparks joy. It's just fabric, so every piece of fabric sparks joy, doesn't it, Barbara? Isn't that it? That's what happens to me. Yeah, I haven't used anything but little pieces in a long time. Well, I shouldn't say that. And well, and actually, it was little pieces because I was using up scraps. Some of Mom had some fleece, and I made myself fleece socks to wear like slippers, and really like them. Um, I made them come up my ankle, and I used up a whole bunch of scraps that way. Why I didn't cut into the big stuff, I don't know, but um, just I guess I felt like I needed to use up the scraps first. But I need some little slippers, and I have a pair started that I'm knitting, but I need some little slippers that I can put on my feet with socks on because these hardwood floors are cold, and they I don't care what you do here in Florida, sand comes in, and so the floor is never clean. I mean, I could vacuum it every single day, but it's never clean. And so my white cotton socks get dirty. So it's like I would like some socks to some slippers to just go on over socks. So I need to make something a little different. And I saw a pattern online yesterday. Just I don't remember, yesterday or the day before. Um, that I thought I might try. It looks real simple, and that's what it has to be. It just needs something simple. Um, I will tell you that every time we moved, I cannot tell you the stuff that I would get rid of. When we moved from South Dakota, um, I have a big 9-foot bed pickup truck with a topper on it. My husband took that sucker to the church charity shop. I can't tell you how many times full. Uh, we had stuff outside that we put free signs on. He took multiple loads of stuff to the dump. Um, I mean, it was a I I purged, but this is our 8th or 9th house, so every time we've moved, I have purged stuff. It just seems like I acquire so much more. Um, but I gave boxes and boxes and boxes of bead magazines away before we moved down here because, I was like, I'm not going to use these. I mean, I took out articles. That took forever. Being in an apartment helps. Yep. Well, and like I said, when we moved my mother, we moved her stuff. I mean, I sent a box truck to the charity shop. Um, it's not like I brought it all, but I did bring a lot of her stuff over here, especially all of her sewing stuff, just simply because she thought she was going to sew again. And so I have her machines, I have her fabric, not all of it left, but I have a lot. Um, And she had a lot of equipment to go with her machines too. So I do have a really cool table that she had in her sewing room. It folds up like what do they call those tables? It has it's skinny, like it's about this wide, and then it has big pieces that fold up and make it a big long flat table. Well, it's counter height, so it's really really nice table. I just don't have any place to use it in my studio. And I have it. It's sitting in the dining room, but I haven't used it, so it may go too. And of course, when we moved from South Dakota, we got rid of a lot of furniture because we moved into our camper. And so when we moved in here, we didn't have any chairs in the living room. We had kept our bed set, but we had not kept any living room furniture. So we still don't have a couch. I have a mishmash of chairs in the living room. Maybe if I don't go to Elkhart this year, then I won't have to. I won't buy any more fabric. We are planning on going to Michigan in the fall. My 50th class reunion is in the fall, so I'm hoping to go. It's a plan, anyways. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but it's planned. Of course, this house also has a shed and a big work barn. Our last house, the one in South Dakota, we had actually had two houses. There was two houses on that piece of property and two big barns. Um, we tried to keep the little house, but they wouldn't let us separate it out. But that's why, I mean, we had the previous owner left stuff in the barns. We had gotten rid of stuff like you wouldn't believe, but then there was still stuff left to be gotten rid of when we moved out. So we moved a lot of stuff out of that house. Barbara, did you? Oh, you're working on your fabric, so you didn't do a little journal page today. I'm hoping if Lisa gets to feeling better, she can stream with me next week. She was hoping just to be here, but it doesn't look like she's was feeling well enough to even be here. So okay. Fabric project just for, well, it'll go better doing it just at an hour at a time. Um, just simply because after a while, getting rid of stuff taxes your brain. Alaska Lisa finished a hat while she was here and started another one for on the plane. And apparently she finished that because she told me earlier in the chat that she had finished that one. So I'm going to have to go here pretty soon because this chair is getting very uncomfortable to sit in. But I at least got this started, and I got the covers for the other two books started, and if I can get this one bound this week, maybe next week I'll decorate it because that'll be more fun to watch than this part. Because I've got a bunch of decorations in this one. Where is it? I've got some sticks and some rocks and some what do you call it? Pressed pennies. Got a bunch of stuff in there for this one. Yeah, I've gotten a good start. I've got less than 10 pages out of 93. Uh, oh dear. Yeah, uh-huh. Oh, now I've got it tangled up. There we go. But I think I'm going to do this one and then go because, like I said, this chair's getting hard on my back. That, and I'm getting cold, and I didn't turn the heat on yet today, so I may actually have to turn the heat on. Guys have been outside, and I was working on odds and ends of other things before I came in here, so. Okay, come here. What are you doing? There we go. Probably also ought to straighten up these strings and separate them again. The wax on them makes them start sticking together and twirling up. Hunger is driving you. Uh-oh. We'll see you next week, Barbara. Have a good rest of your afternoon. And guys, don't forget that Ann Lar will be on after I'm off in a few minutes. I'm pretty sure she comes on at 4. I don't know who all does what anymore, but I'm, because Ann comes on right after me, I usually know that. Okay, yeah, I just made a big old mess. Okay. There we go. Okay, guys, I've got one more stitch to make, and I'm gonna I have to tell you, those pins work really nice. Sharon, if you're still here, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we didn't do a lot today because, I played with that. But we did play with our new pins, and I kind of like that. The new white pins are nice. So I will see you guys next Sunday. Please go have fun. Make some art. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Love you all. Bye-bye. Where's my cursor? I don't know why. Apparently this mouse goes to sleep. But anyways, bye guys. See you next week.